Hello guys. Welcome to Q&A Hub. Hope you like our videos. If so, don't forget to like and hit the subscribe button for more amazing videos. Let's jump to our today's video. Give me the silent treatment for something out of my control? I'll ruin your birthday and make you question your manhood. My ex-boss was not a good person. He was controlling, egotistical, quick to anger, a womaniser, and hated depending on anyone, because that would mean he isn't in control. Boss ran a sports program, which grew from 600 to 1,000 over my time working there, and had hired me to run the office and head the children's programs due to my experience working with larger programs in the same sport. Children make up about 80% of the program. Boss thought he was too good to mix with most of his clients or their families. He mixed mainly with the adults, particularly the attractive female ones, and never answered to phone or general emails. So pretty much everyone knew, contact Pepper for anything. So one day an email gets sent directly to him addressed to Pepper and Boss. He didn't talk to me for the rest of the day. I tried to talk to him, email him and get answers I needed for his business, and he was ignoring me. I thought I was going mad as he had never done this before, and I'm fairly soft-spoken at work. Did he just not hear me while I was 5 feet away? The next day I asked him a question and he responded with, "Don't you know? I mean, you're so important that people address emails to you first." I was fuming. Like, you are seriously willing to jeopardize your business and clients because of a literal nothing, treating me like crap, all because your ego can't handle it? No. Not going to let that stand. One last thing. Boss is turning 50 soon. I was 26 to 27 at the time, and he had vaguely come onto me before, gross, but it never went anywhere. I knew he was feeling insecure about getting older and was questioning, was he still a man, still strong and virile, would he still have it for the ladies? I knew what had to be done. We are talking and I mention I know his birthday is coming up soon. How old would he be? 50. Wow, a milestone. My mum turned 50 a few years ago and it was quite an affair. Then I dropped this. The Devastator. You're only a few years younger than her. Huh, I guess that means you're old enough to be my father. He immediately clammed up. He didn't speak to me for the rest of the day and didn't come in for the next 2. Checkmate. Asterisk asterisk, this was almost 5 to 7 years ago. I've found the best way to ask innocent questions and, or if you really wanted to rub it in, give him a surprise party. Act like you're observing out loud without malice, when actually that's what you're doing. Congrats. You're older than disco. Half a century old, can you believe it? 50 candles on the cake. Get a smallish cake, so they'll barely fit. Or stick a few in the side, cuss they don't all fit. Don't forget the innocent joke that you've got a fire extinguisher available in case he can't blow them all out. And when he can't blow out for luck. Well, we tried to get you 50 candles, but that many just didn't fit, not to mention the fire hazard. However, one is easier to blow out, so make your wish. I love that your fairly innocuous comment so bruised his crystalline ego that it knocked him out of work for 2 whole days. What a dried flower. Crystalline ego is my new favorite phrase. Use it as much as you like. It would be a great band name. I also like dried flower. Until you mentioned his age, I thought this was the beginning of a tell-all book about Bernie Excelstone. Kinda disappointed now. Great job though. Reminds me of my old boss. I was fired for never coming into work, although I had missed a few days here and there. It was due to family emergencies and she knew that. I was fired, offered no explanation, and walked into work only to be embarrassed in front of my coworkers because I was no longer on the schedule. Turns out she knew all the regulars liked me more. Go figure, they never saw her ever and I was in every day, and she didn't like that my regulars regularly talked bad about her and not liking her, although I never gave my opinion on it, so she fired me for being more likable. Not my fault, she was a bitch and had 0 customer service skills, and an 18-year-old could do it better than her. Funny. My customers all love me to death. My boss says I'm unlikable. My dad. As in, your likability factor is like 0, Mace. But he won't fire me because he knows I'm the point of contact for so many people. He also refuses to apologize. I'm afraid to ask him to elaborate. I'm the main point of contact for the account I work in. I also have more tenure than anyone else in the account, including my boss. Started from the bottom, worked up to where I am now, so I know everything except the supervisory, labor management aspect. Anyway, my point is that I've had a lot of time to develop a really good working relationship with so many external contacts, and I have the knowledge, solutions immediately ready for almost any situation. They love me, and they hate it if I'm out for even one day. Yet. I don't deal with people well, generally speaking. Data, analysis, processes, procedure, that's my thing. I love it and I'm good at it. It kind of hit me a while back, why this is. I had answered a phone call, short conversation, hung up. Someone else was in the office and overheard. She was the quintessential bubbly, social, talkative type and was always pushing me to be more social. After the call ended, she looked so excited and exclaimed, "You used your people voice." I hadn't realized that I used a different voice for customers, contacts than I use for general interaction with coworkers. And that's when I realized that I'm pretty okay at dealing with people in a professional setting, because there's kind of a set formula to those types of interactions, part of which is using a people voice. I know what to expect, more or less, and I know how I'm supposed to respond. So people seem to like me professionally, but socially? I'm awkward as hell. Don't really have any friends, never get invited out for anything. I'm always obviously uncomfortable at social functions because there isn't a set formula to follow like there is in a professional setting. I feel like I'm a batter, constantly trying to hit curveballs. And the times I actually manage to connect, there's a decent chance it will end up being a foul, lol. So my likability, in a social context, is pretty questionable. So maybe you're kind of like me. Or maybe your dad is just a jerk. That could totally explain it too. Wow, this is the best comment I've seen that describes me. Awkward as hell socially, but great professionally. If I could, I would give you gold. Give him a birthday cake with the text "Congratulations to 60 years. No, you gotta do a cake with a handwritten, hand-iced, "Congrats," so the 50 looks a little too much like a 60 and once you notice it that's all you see, and oh, put a candle right in the hole so it definitely looks like a 60. Or just let it say 60 and say the bakery made a mistake, so they gave you a discount. Let me hop onto this one and say the bakery made a mistake but you didn't want to correct them because 60 birthday cake gets senior discount. Good job. I'm sure that caused lots of staring into the mirror and personal affirmations that he doesn't look a day over 35. I'm glad it worked out. I've known many women who try the "you're the same age, older than my dad" thing and it doesn't discourage them. Then again, nothing shy of Mace would discourage those guys. Well, I only think he flirted with me to prove he still has it. I played dumb and let it sail over my head. Also, he'd never seriously consider sleeping with me, not because of the obvious reasons, sexual harassment, he has a girlfriend and I have a boyfriend, but because I'd say I'm a 6, and he goes for 8s or higher. Yup. Just another layer of crap on this garbage human. Also, I got his old work computer when he upgraded, it had Ashley Madison saved in the bookmarks bar and RSVP, a dating site. He had a lovely girlfriend whose daughter was in our program. Lol. Astro read my post. Not only am I telling a similar story, but my username check out. We just celebrated my dad's 71st birthday. I put one candle on the chocolate cream pie I made. My niece asked why there was just one candle. I told her I didn't want to burn the house down. My dad laughed his ass off, he's got a great wicked sense of humor like me. I don't get it. Being 50 seems like it'd be great if you're not trying to be 25. Whose name comes first alphabetically? Gmail tends to list people that way. At least it does on my phone. Regardless, your boss is an idiot. His name was first alphabetically, but that's not what it was. It was Dear Pepper and Boss. So the person chose to put my name first and that's what ticked him off. Never mind that I was the only person they'd ever seen or interacted with. What is he? 8 years old? Geez. If. I know 8-year-olds better acting than him. He's more like a toddler. That's insulting to 4-year-olds. He's a baby. Hey, babies aren't petty about things like that. So long as you give them food and play with them, they don't care. He's a grown adult man with no emotional regulation skills. You're right. Embryo it is. Let me guess, every time an announcer said, "Ladies and gentlemen," he got pissy because he was second. I once worked as a 911 dispatcher 2000-2001 when I was 20 to 21. One of the more egotistical cops was making a big deal about his birthday. I found out it was his 40th, I was sitting there pregnant going, wow. That's how old my mom is. Without even thinking of it as an insult until the whole room started laughing and he looked deflated. After he left, I was thanked. He had always had an ego, and this was the worst bruise he's got from us. Leave a bottle of black hair dye in the bathroom, a subtle hint that he no longer is the one with no gray hair. If it vanishes, the next one a month or two later should be the same brand, just replace the inner bottle contents with gentian violet hair rinse. Bet he will not come in with purple hair. Sounds like my old boss too. This made me laugh tears of joy. That's what he gets. Holy shit, you fucking killed him, dude. Sign him up for the AARP mailing list. Horrible, and so glad you so don't work there anymore. It's called narcissistic personality disorder. Slow clap. I've worked with that guy, I wish I could do this. Well done, op. The new teacher in the classroom next to mine is old enough to be my granddaughter, more or less. It's a bit mind-blowing. Youth is fleeting. Do not think you will be young forever except in your mind and heart. He deserves it, but realize you will have this sort of age reminding happen to you eventually too. You Kulumbo, ed him. Niece. I would have gone with the "you're old enough to be one of my grandparents" since most of mine are in their 50s still. UKNKW, he ain't it when he didn't capitalize and say "call me daddy." What made him question his manhood exactly? Don't think I see that bit in the story. Genuinely curious because being told you're getting old doesn't affect being a male. Some men see age as weakness. Weakness equals masculinity. You don't sound like that very nice of a person to be around. To further elaborate on why I chose to respond in such a manner. I never once had a "thank you, good job, I appreciate your hard work." Not once in 4 years in a small business. I was the person that worked with him longest. Everyone else either was forced to quit or fired. Someone with a suspended license was demanded they drive for a busy work job and risk their license, fine, jail time. He quit. The one person who would stand up to him was fired, and then when they tried to start a sports club that could have been affiliated with him plus getting a piece of their profits, he told them to F off. He forced one person to sign a brutal work contract with ridiculous non-compete clauses, such as will not work within the industry at all instead of for a direct competitor and/or within a certain distance, which is standard, then fired them a week later. I was running an event and we have people volunteer, aka you need this for accreditation. I was in charge and it was clear I was running and organizing things, and all boss had to do was stand there and tick things off on a clipboard. At the end there was a group pow wow, circle jerk, and then we dispersed to clean up. One of the volunteers pulls me aside and congratulates me on my hard work. I'm just about to say thank you, when boss, who had walked behind us and overheard, cuts in with, "It's because of all the training and programs of my sport program, it's all because of program's greatness." I said nothing but went and cried in a bathroom. In the 4 years I worked there, he couldn't even let someone else say "good job" to me. What you said was hilarious. He deserved worse, but that was great. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell icon for more future updates.